Hey, Anthony here from the Best in the West. We are in Orange Park Acres. This is the second part of the last video I put up with the cantilever steps. I poured it the separate. This is a 5 foot sidewalk in front. It had a 3 foot sidewalk. I don't know if you guys remember in the last video, and it had two brick planters in front with a 3 foot sidewalk. So we widened it to 5 feet, eliminated the planters, matched the cantilever steps with the ribbon around it and sandblasted the center. And then we poured the side of the house over here and just broomed it to match the driveway. So the entry and the front sidewalk in front of the house match, and then the driveway and the side of the house match. Here I am with my pump, my 545. This just makes the easiest work you can possibly do doing concrete, just laying it in with a pump. There's no way around it. I think we're pouring 6 or 7 yards today. 7 yards, I believe. 8 yards. Side of the house and the front sidewalk. It's pretty basic. It's going to broom the side. Truck should be showing up pretty soon. We just knocked this down in 10 or 15 minutes. We put it's a 3,000 PSI microfiber straight cement. Same mix I always use. And we put 1% Polar Set in it. Because the side of the house is in the shade, so it would hang up over there if you didn't put some kind of accelerant in it. Just priming this out. This is just a trash can area, access to the side of the house. Pretty basic, 2 finishers. We'll just leave one guy out front and one guy on the side. You could probably use one guy on this, but I just pump it, pull the hose myself. I've done it for so many years, it's so easy for me to do this. It's like not even trying. But if you're getting into concrete, or this is what you do for a living and you have your own business, you got to figure out what to do, how to place it. You got to get some kind of equipment, a pump to place it down. See, there's no plastic up, there's no splashing, it's really pretty much a cakewalk, to be honest with you. Just the access is tight in there because it's locked in. And we took the old fence down because it was in the concrete. So they're going to put the new wrought iron up and just redheaded it in. So we had to block their dogs off with plywood. I got Pedro Amaro with me. It's the only hard part is we had to drag the hose to the other side of the property. But as far as a pump and a finish or a job, this is pretty basic, pretty easy California work. But I would definitely look into getting a pump or finding out some way to do it. Because wheelbarrowing it and trying to, you never know where you can roll up on. And you could do it very easily with this. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's 300 feet away, up a story, it doesn't matter. We just ended up pouring it thick the way the grade was. We're just cruising. We poured the entryway. You guys will see it on a Saturday, and then we poured the sidewalk and the side on a Monday. Just rotting it down. One guy could do it, but they got two out front, so we're just helping them. So we laid it down. It's probably under 15 minutes. We did the pour. So everything's on the ground. It's all bull floated. You're just hanging out with accelerant. It'll catch up, take off with you in a stage that you want it to, where you're not sitting. Keep touching it. It's Greg Johnson brought the concrete. Same guy as always. You don't have to wait on it. It'll in the shade. Polar Set works really good. That's a washout hook. So you just hook it back to the truck. Pump about 3 hoppers, which is about 90 gallons, 80 gallons. Back up into the truck. It cleans your whole system out. And there's a washout pit at the concrete plant. They just back into it, wash their drum, and discharge it, and their drum's clean. All I got to do today is pick up all the system, put everything away, and away I go. There's the front cantilevers. So that's 2 days later, after we poured it. I carry about 300 feet on me, but I have probably another 1,000 feet of hose up my yard from all the pumps I had, so I could go get 200 feet or whatever I need. We're just bull flowing this. This is the same pattern with the 1 foot band around it, and then the center sandblasted. Just Pedro and Mario with me. Mario stayed out front. Pedro went on the side. Skating this, cutting it up. The puller set works real good, like I was saying, because with CC you're not supposed to have rebar. It eats it, but it has a 20, 30-year shelf life with it or without it, but it will eat the rebar. Because I've demoed jobs where it's all corroded and I could tell they put CC in it. But it was 25 years old, so it's not detrimental. Like in 5 years, all your reinforcement you put in, all corroded. That's not going to happen. Because I could tell looking at any finish what era, when it was done. You can just tell the styles, the way they did it, if they didn't join it. They put those little wood ribbons in it. If it's salt finished, I could tell by looking at it the way it was troweled. And I've seen it. They didn't use rebar in California probably till the 80s. And I demo stuff that's 40 years old, and some of it's corroded, but mostly it's not. So it doesn't. You could probably use CC and it wouldn't do anything, but they just say it does corrode it. I got a super good crew. We got the turbo crew out here. These guys are actually brothers. That's the band pattern to match the entryway there. This is the best work you'll see. I have Sean come 3 days later. He sandblasted the entryway separate, and then I poured this. It was still too green when he showed up to sandblast it, so he came the following day. I believe he sandblasted this on a Wednesday or Thursday, this walkway to match the entryway. The entryway came out just nails. There's the side of the house there. Everything drains to that drain. It had a weird elevation and the grass is higher. That was the existing drain. There's the front entryway there. Sidewalk. That's a 5-foot sidewalk. Standard front of the house. There it is after it's sandblasted. The ribbon's still curing out. Thank you very much for watching The Best in the West.